some opportunities for us that I did not realize before. And I want to share that with you. For the past 18 years, since the Hope 6 was developed, it was not, Jordan Park was not under the auspices of the St. Petersburg Housing Authority. It was contracted out to other individuals who had a financial interest, but not an interest in the residents. Within the first 6 months that the CEO came here as the CEO, Mr. Tony Love, he was able, in some type of a way, and I don't know how he did it, to bring Jordan Park back under the auspices of bring it back under the auspices of the Housing Authority. When I had viewed the deterioration of the housing in Jordan Park, I blamed Mr. Tony Love. However, after doing additional research, I found out that Mr. Love was trying to work it out, whereas the entire 206 units would be renovated rather than spending money on maintenance. I also found out that Mr. Love has also procured funding for this entire project. Even though it's promised funding, we do have it on record. If you look at the figures, in order for us to have a sustainable income, we do need the 60 units. And my desire was that we not only have new units, but also that we preserve the legacy of Jordan Park. And to work toward a win-win situation. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I made an analogy between my wife and myself in a marriage. That is, one individual cannot always be right, and the other individual cannot always be wrong. And so in order for my own marriage to have had sustainability for the 37 years, we have had to make a compromise. And I believe that that is what is necessary in this situation, so that none of us will walk away from here feeling as though we won and they lost. And so I also thought about my own personal situation with my mother. And I put myself in the position of an individual who may be living in Jordan Park. How many residents, individuals who live in Jordan Park, are present here today? We have one individual. How many individuals do we have here today who live in Jordan Park now? Live there now, or are one of the residents who was displaced? How many? All right.
It would be a blessing.
Maybe
if
they
they had
thought
our
they'd say
resources.
police on them again.
If they had our resources, they would
Please
put them.
hear me out. Please Please hear me out. My heart is with Jordan Park. My heart is with the residents. My heart is with the sustainability of what we are doing. And I ask myself this question. If I was a resident of Jordan Park, living there now, and if I had a choice between living in a unit that was renovated and living in a unit that was totally brand new, and if I was disabled, which one would I choose? I would choose the one that is brand new and has all of the requirements, all of the latest facilities to live in. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I believe this is what my grandfather would want. And so therefore, I support this recommendation because it gives us an opportunity to have a committee made up of a few individuals of this board and of the community to be on this committee to decide how this structure will be built and what it will entail. Thank you.
Okay, we have a resolution 2498 on the table. Let's take a vote. A motion, I'm sorry. We did the motion. The motion was brought forward by the committee and for the discussion. And
I just have a question. Is this a discussion, Pam? If we did not move forward, and the money that we would lose by not moving forward, the conversations that the city and the county want to have, is there anyone here that can say that that money can be replaced so that that money is not lost? So then if, although the community wants to wait because, and I'll include myself in that, I'll be transparent, but if we wait, money is lost and then no one gets anything similar to what will make the will make housing safe, affordable, decent, everything else, which if you were to predict, say for example, a hurricane did come up and that building, and the buildings were wiped out, and we know that can happen, we've seen it happen here with Irma, does that set us up for a lawsuit because we didn't move and make the corrections like the rest of the state did?
Well, I can answer that from an operational point. HUD has given us approval for disposition. They expect that they give us, that we demolish and replace, because they gave us 31 vouchers to address the relocation of those families that was once living in historic villages. So we would then have to go back to HUD and ask them to undo the paperwork, pay back the money that we spent at an average of $1,300 to $1,500 a family, plus their rents over the time on the vouchers. We'd have to give all that back, come up with money, and then undo it and put them back into public housing at those rents at $4 million a building or unit.
No, that was for
All 31.
Yes.
We would need to come up with $4 million to bring it to the current compliance. Winds, storms, roof, all the hurricane, all the electrical, those things would have to be restored. And it's a very costly venture. To say the least, the greatest people that are going to be affected is our current Hope 6 206 units. We won't be able to do any renovation there because we can't go out and raise the capital. What makes this affordable is that the tax credits that we're going to get is $14 million We have a construction loan that's already with a letter of intent that will take care of that. And we will be replacing it with a permanent loan that will have a letter of intent that will take care of the rest of the development. So if we don't move forward with the tax credit, everything goes south.
So just, if
Yes.
there were someone,
Oh, well, we could not get a certificate of occupancy, I don't believe, from the city. So we would have to put that type of investment into those buildings. You know, and from a housing authority point of view, we probably couldn't get them insured either. We would have to talk to the underwriters of the insurance. But from that point of view, I would not recommend us putting those buildings, people back in those buildings and not taking care of the code enforcement issues. It would be prudent on our part. So yes, we probably would be set up for a storm because we normally put them in substandard living conditions.
So the motion does not include the additional building. The motion that you made, Mr. Love, does not include what Ms. Ligon.
Yes, we have amended it already. We have amended to build, yes.
To include that.
To include that.
And the establishment of the committee.
Yes, yes. Did you speak to that, Ms.?
Yeah, we did.
No.
We did.
And also, I think that it needs to be mentioned that we would be requesting the participation of certain individuals from the community